We're live. NFL Week 9 recap. Dylan and Connor are here. Guys, we got to see a Panthers win today. Ben, you know what's crazy? The Lions are dominating this year. They're right there neck and neck with the Chiefs, and Ben still doesn't even show up. It's just like he doesn't want to take a victory lap or anything.
Let me paint a picture. First of all, before I do want to say thank you guys for having me back on. After this weekend's events, I was really worried I was going to get the call down to JV.
Open tryouts are available. Just DM us at KarterKast on everything.
We'll get a Google
KarterKast8 at Gmail. Yeah, we'll do open tryouts starting this week. Just hit us up.
Go ahead and fill out the Webflow form that's on the website.
Yeah, that would also work too.
I want to thank you guys taking an opportunity, taking a chance on little old me, having me back for. We're looking at week 16, 32, probably week 45 of content on this show. So I appreciate it. What were we talking about before? I had a serious. Brian. We're talking about Brian. Ben. Not both of them. We were talking about both of them, but Ben. When's the last time we as a whole show have been able to celebrate Celebration Sunday, winning Sunday night, Celebration Sunday night, Celebration Monday, Victory Monday? And Ben doesn't show up.
No. It's disrespectful. That's what it is.
I also need to bring up before we get into the nitty gritty of today's action. Are we going to discuss today's fiasco in the group chat?
Oh, me jinxing the parlay?
We might have to bring it up.
Yeah. We can get that over with now. I jinxed the parlay.
Well, give the people some background.
So, if you didn't see on Twitter, I texted. So I was I was watching the games. Titans Pats did not make a screen today. Everything else had a screen.
Shocker.
And just to be clear, that was a parlay pick that didn't get a screen, right?
Yeah, but it was an under. If it was an over, it was going to get it was going to get a screen. But anyhow, besides the point, I checked my app and I go, "Oh, sweet. Final 10-17. Let's go. We're done." And so I said LFG or something like that. I don't remember what I said. I said, "Let's go." And all of a sudden, I just get a flood of texts. OMG, Carter, what the F did you just do? What's your problem? You just jinxed it. Drake May just makes an amazing play, sends it to OT. But the under still hit, but that jinx caused the Bears-Cardinals to not hit, and that was my fault.
Here's the thing. Your jinx added 7 points to the Patriots-Titans total, and those 7 points would have won us the over. So the football gods took those 7 points.
Yeah, they took them from the Bears-Cardinals game.
You've been here before, Connor. That was smart. You've been here before. What I also want to say is it wasn't just when we were talking about the Titans Patriots under, it wasn't just let's go or whatever you said. It was, and this is worse in my mind, we just need Bears Cardinals over. It wasn't just let's go the under hit. It was we need this. And that makes it worse. So some are saying we forget about Dylan blowing the parlay 3 times this season because this was I make bad picks, whatever. This was you making a decision that ruined it for everybody.
But raise your hand if you hit your college football parlay pick this week.
Yeah. Not a team player, huh?
Who picked out the money line plus 400 money line play straight up?
I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to talk.
We don't need to get into college football.
I was irate with you guys.
That's Tuesday.
I was at the movie theater. I was irate with you guys.
Wait, you were at the movie theater? You weren't watching Ohio State Penn State? Wow.
When did Iowa State play? Were they playing at Big Noon, Fox Big Noon, Big Ten kickoff, Iowa State?
With us? Oh, I'm supposed to be rooting for your Big 12 bet when I have Texas Tech money line, Texas Tech spread, and I'm a BYU fan. Yeah. No, let me root for you, Dylan.
And I'm supposed to root for your 1 week money line bet? Absolutely not. I need Iowa State. I need Iowa State to win the Big 12. I need them to get over 7.5 wins.
Well, too bad they're frauds.
I don't care. I wanted it yesterday.
Hey, not a college football show.
You're right. We will discuss all of it Tuesday. You are going to want to tune into the college football show.
You will want to tune in.
Ohio State fans not going to be happy. I'll catch that promo because I think that there are probably a lot more people watching the first part of this episode hoping we say something. I'll cut the teaser. Ohio State fans, if you're watching Tuesday, you're not going to be happy with what I have to say.
You can just cut and paste that for every single episode. Ohio State fans won't be happy with Dylan after this episode. Cut and paste 12 weeks.
I will say 100% Dylan guarantee my hand is forced. They will be in my top 10. I can't not put them in the top 10 anymore after what happened last week.
All right.
NFL show.
On NFL show. Biggest winner today. I'll start. Fellas, sports fans are the biggest winner today.
Oh my! You're pandering
Sappy.
At this point.
It is pandering a little bit. I have multiple biggest winners, but this is my biggest winner. Sports fans should rejoice everywhere throughout this country. This is our last NFL Sunday with political ads. We're at the home stretch. I'm so sick of seeing Kamala Trump stuff on my TV. I don't want to see these ads. Throw some stupid insurance commercial at me. I don't care. I'm done seeing these political ads. That's the biggest winner for me.
I almost like, to an extent, though, how it's a conversation starter wherever you're watching the game. It's like,
It is a conversation starter. I don't know if it's a good conversation.
I don't know if you get the same ads as we get here in Ohio. Not a politics show. We don't have to get into a politics show. But I told Abby, I said, think back to 2016. And when we were running all these ads, what was the issue? What was the issue that it was the border, build the wall, illegal immigrants, all this jazz, right? You go ahead, Karter. You're going to do it. Do it.
Keep going.
And now, I don't know about you guys. It's just taxpayer-funded transgender sex changes in prison. Where have we came as a nation? Now I guess we all agree on immigration, and we got to go to this.
Why? Also, if you're going to make a political football ad, if you're going to do a political ad and do it on an NFL game, imagine if Trump came on and goes, "You're going to want to take the under." I mean, everyone would explode. It'd be like, yes.
Well, did you see J.D. Vance today wearing a Bengals hoodie?
Yeah, is that
with
pandering?
A little coffee in his hand. He was on the phone with Don, telling him to get a bet in before he went to Florida. Yeah.
Well, Florida's legal though.
Florida's legal, but
hard rock.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think they're using the sports book that's legal there?
Do you think the Trump campaign uses legal sports books? I would lean towards no.
Big Bovada guy, where he has just ungodly limits. Ungodly limits. It doesn't matter how much you bet. Did anybody watch Tim Wall's AOC Madden stream?
No. Why would I waste my time?
No. Well, because this is a pivotal moment in America's future, and we have to make sure
we're Call Her Daddy and Joe Rogan show. So taking notes.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
I love that we're 7 minutes in, haven't discussed a lick of NFL football.
Here's the problem.
This
is NFL. This is NFL because Tim Walz was a football coach, right? It's fourth down. We got 4th and 5. We got to take this inches at a time. Just heads up, can't do that if you want to convert. But anyway, the Madden stream, guys. AOC, Tim Walz playing Madden. It was obviously a campaign stunt. That's fine. I understand that. I was interested. I watched it. They played one half of Madden. I think the final score was like 3-0. They didn't even play a whole game.
Oh, you probably love that.
Yeah,
it's your wet dream. Big Ten football.
You got to watch Big Ten football.
Great, but you got to finish the game. You can't just play a half.
No, that's Dylan's dream. You get to watch libs playing Big Ten football. That's literally what you think about every night.
It was also possibly Super Bowl preview, Bills-Vikings. AOC was the Bills. Tim Walz was the Vikings.
So we're going to break that down. I've got some numbers on that game, actually.
Connor, what's your biggest winner?
All right. Let's get this train back on the tracks here. I've got a couple biggest winners. Number one, Bryce Young.
That was on my list.
Bryce Young.
What
first victory snap formation in his career. I just want to say shout out to Bryce Young. Happy for him. The real biggest winner today, probably the Baltimore Ravens. I got to say it. And as much as I'm not too much of a believer in Denver in the long term, for the Ravens to come out, take care of business against a clearly inferior team and not play down like they've done so many times in the past, like they did to the Raiders loss, like they've done multiple other games this year. I think for them to come out and win 41-10 in convincing fashion, that's a win in my book. Lamar was 16 for 19, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, played an MVP-like game today. And for them to have just that convincing win, no doubter, I think they're the biggest winner because they've been known to play down to these bad teams.
Go ahead, Dylan.
My thoughts with this game, I think you're right. I had not considered putting the Ravens as the biggest winner. I do still hold the Denver Broncos to, I don't want to say a high standard, but I do think the defense is not bad. And the fact that they were able to put up 41, I don't think it's bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. And the offense is not good. Although Bo Nix receiving touchdown, 1 for 1 in his career with a touchdown. The Ravens putting up 41 against a defense that I believe is not that bad, like the Denver Broncos, I think was great. So that's a pretty good winner in my book. And they're just quiet. Like they're a team. We're not going to think about them week to week. And they're quietly they're kind of like the Chiefs at this point where it's like, they're going to quietly do their thing, and they're going to end up with 4 or 5 losses at the end of the year and make a playoff run. And it's what we're going to get with the Ravens now.
Who's your biggest winner then?
They didn't win. They didn't win their game. But I loved what I saw. I think I've upgraded this team just based on the performance today. Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
I figured.
What? Why are we shaking our heads? You haven't even let me get to my point yet.
That's why I didn't say anything. So keep going.
He was the best quarterback in this game. I think you could argue from a deep stats. He was, and you could argue from a deep stats level. He might have been the best quarterback today. 231 yards, 8.3 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, nearly 7/10 EPA per play, 21.3% completion percentage over expected. Guys, we're dealing with a small window here with completion percentage over expected. 21.3% is huge. 92.6 completion percentage. In Tua's last 2 games, since coming back from his injury, 53 for 66, 465 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. They're 0 for 2, right? They're 0 and 2 in that stretch. Yep. Now, I personally upgrade Miami after this game. I understand they lost, but Tua has impressed me, and I think that this team is only going to get better as the year goes.
Okay. The problem is they're 2-6, and there's not that much football
2-7.
They're halfway through the year. Is it 7 now? Is it 2-7? I think 2-6.
2-6. Can't do that.
I hear you. 10 wins is not crazy.
They can't slip up again then. They have to.
Yeah, they can't.
Rams,
sure,
Raiders,
they can't.
Patriots. They have to win the next 3 games. Bottom line.
And there's like 6 or 7 teams that are in this right now with 2. Like, just because a team has 2 losses right now doesn't mean they're completely out of it. You're not going to convince me on that. Yeah, 2-6, yeah. There's like 6 or 7 teams that are like that right now. Yeah,
you're not. Error is so slim, and you've got the Bengals who were at 2 wins a couple weeks ago. All of a sudden, they're 4-5. They're looking up. I'm taking them over the Dolphins right now. Like the Dolphins,
sure.
2-6 is a really steep hole to climb out of.
I'm not saying I would take the Dolphins over the Bengals. What I am saying is we had a chunk where Tua wasn't there. Tua has looked great since he came back. They haven't quite gotten the wins. I think they're coming.
I think the other biggest winner is the Bills. They locked up the AFC East today. They can just go on cruise control the rest of the season. They don't have to sweat about this division. They already beat the Dolphins twice, and they don't have to play Tua and that team again because they're probably the biggest threat, honestly, at this point. And so the Bills, their playoff spots locked up. They just have to stay healthy throughout the year. That was another one of my biggest winners. Obviously, I touched on Bryce Young. But, Dylan, with the Dolphins, I don't know if you can call him the biggest winner because it's just there's not enough time left in the season. This is where it's a little too late. If this would have happened, let's say he comes back against the Cardinals, I could have been talked into it when they're, okay, you're 2-4 right now, but you get to play the Cardinals, get right. 2-4, that's definitely you're able to come back from. I don't know about 2-6, Dylan.
We're not going to read schedules, but their schedule's not that bad moving forward. I understand. I hear you. Listen, when I say biggest winner, this team is a huge upgrade with Tua back. He's looked great. That was a concern, right? How is he going to look after his 4th big-time head injury?
Well, he's still diving for first downs head first, so there's that.
He loves the game. Well, guys, that's what they taught him in jiu-jitsu, right?
Yeah.
So, listen, I understand it. You can doubt. Are they going to make the playoffs? I don't know. There's a lot of season left. You could say we're running out of time, but crazier things have happened. Am I saying right now they're going to make the playoffs? I'm not going to go that far, but I was impressed with what I saw from Tua today and what I've seen the past 2 weeks.
If they have any chance, you need collapses from the Chargers, from the Broncos, from the Colts, from the Bengals. You need like 4 or 5 teams to completely fold.
Broncos will fold.
I agree.
Will fold.
Okay.
I agree. Steelers will probably fold.
Steelers won't fold.
No, but there's just so many teams above Miami that has 3, 4, 5 wins that I just don't know if there's enough weeks left. I mean, it's not impossible. And I see what you're saying. Like, I do feel better about them with Tua back, but man, I don't know.
Chargers wouldn't shock me if they folded. I'm not saying they will. Wouldn't shock me. You have the Colts right there at 4-4. I don't think they're that good of a team. We have a lot of options here for teams that could fold.
Okay. Before we move on, I got a couple more biggest winners. Rapid fire.
Yeah, go for it.
Chase Brown, 157 total yards, touchdown. Bengals might have finally found a guy at running back, and that's huge for this offense. The offense looked great today. I know it was the Raiders, but still, for them to have a running back to produce like that, win.
I had Burrow, so just to piggyback off you, we don't have to go too long, but I did have Burrow as a winner too. 5 touchdowns, having the performance he had. I don't care who it's against. It feels like
care.
he. Well, it feels like
he did it
he
against the
needed
Ravens
to get
too. To be fair,
That's fair. Joe Burrow's the difference where it's like, okay, I believe it. But when Bo Nix has a performance like that against a crappier team, I'm not going to be as bought in.
It almost feels like Burrow just needed a confidence boost, and he got it this week. We'll see how it goes
to play the Raiders.
Yeah. Fair. I mean, that's fair.
Another winner for me, Drake May. Drake May, playmaker. Sure, he had 2 picks, almost 100 rush yards. That touchdown to send the game to overtime, clutch factor. I think I saw a lot from Drake May that I liked today.
Did throw the game-losing pick. That was a bad
throw. He's being aggressive, though.
Where does this guy go to school at again?
Just look behind me.
Wake Forest, right?
No.
A communist institution.
SMU? No. Duke. He went to Duke.
Wrong again.
No, okay.
Tar Heel.
Big winner, Patriots. They are now in the number 1 draft pick spot.
Also true.
So how does that tiebreaker work?
I don't know. I just saw a tweet today that it was a screenshot and it had him at number 1. The Titans fell from 2 to 9.
I don't like that. We're all 2-7. The Jags are in the number. Should the Jags tank the rest of the season? Go after Shedeur Sanders up next.
That's next. Don't get up. Last biggest winner. I don't know if you guys want to get into this game yet. I'll put down the Lions.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it.
They proved me wrong. They shut me up.
Yeah, hand up. I was wrong about this game. And I don't want to hear a word from Dylan about, the Packers outgained them, the Packers this, the Packers. No, Lions just flat out beat them. And goodbye them. They were spoiler alert, they're my most important performance because they just finished the 2 hardest games in their division. The rest of the season, they get to play indoors. Only other game they have to play outdoors is at Chicago, and we saw that Chicago team today. I'm not too worried about that.
They can start hitting Hooker and win that game.
They're setting up for a nice 16-1, 15-2 season in Detroit. 15-2 is not outrageous. If you're saying the Dolphins can make the playoffs right now, and you're saying the Lions going 15-2 is ridiculous, that's insane.
Yeah, I'm with you. Go ahead.
So I had Goff as a winner at first. Goff outdoors ? Is what I had because I wanted to look at his stats. I think the problem we're seeing with the Lions, and I say problem. It's not really a problem. Last week, you look at yards numbers, right? You look at all of these things. You're like, okay, they're not being that efficient, but they also don't have to be. Like their special teams is doing things. You have the pick 6 from Jordan Love. Let's take away the pick 6. This is a 3-point game. I mean, we can't just sit here and ignore that. But I think you guys are 100% right. This was probably the biggest, at least climate-based test they're going to have. They're playing in a dome or in nice conditions moving forward. I could not pull.
Oh, we're done with politics.
Chemtrails? We talking about chemtrails? I just got to. We're talking about chemtrails. No, I'm not doing that. I almost had Goff and the Lions as a winner. They have they're on cruise control the rest of the way. I think the Colts are going to win here, and it's going to make it even easier for them. But let's not act like there was a fluky Jordan Love interception pick 6 that would not have kept this game from being a 3-score game.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Let's not ignore it.
I just want to say I want to hear that same energy on Tuesday when we talk about Ohio State, Penn State. That's all I'm saying.
There's a little bit more than winning to that one, but yeah, sure.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
can't take that away.
You got your handcuffing guys in the secondary.
No, you can't take away a fluky interception that
No, you can't. And I won't.
Connor, biggest loser.
Biggest loser. I got a few. I'm going to start here with the Saints. Cam Jordan and Dennis Allen combined. Cam Jordan's tweet: "We just lost to the Panthers. I love y'all in New Orleans. Truly had higher expectations and the best of hope for us. Y'all deserve it." Are the Saints supposed to be some powerhouse? You're the Saints.
But the Panthers are supposed to be really bad.
Connor, can we take a victory lap on saying that the Saints were going to have the worst record in the NFL this season?
Oh, yes.
No.
I don't care that Derek Carr got hurt. I will wave my flag around because right now we're there.
Because it was looking rough for us after week 2.
Okay.
Derek Carr scored on his first 15 drives of the season, and I was like, oh my God, is this real? It's not real.
I don't care who's hurt. I don't care what happened. You don't lose to the Carolina Panthers.
I agree. Dylan?
Give me a second. I think some data just came across my desk that drastically changes who my biggest loser is.
Apologies for the abrupt eruption. Had a little technical difficulties. Dylan, we just got some news across the desk from Ben. Talk about it.
Yeah, I'll cut Ben some slack for not being here because he drastically changes what the answer to one of my segments are. my number one loser, I had two, actually. I had Cowboys, and then I had Puka Nacua for punching somebody coming from BYU. Very tough look.
Fair.
Jared Goff is now my biggest loser. What a big fat loser to go. You win a divisional game. The first thing you do is you go to a sideline reporter and you say, quote, "We're supposed to be the dome team. We're supposed to be the team that can't play outside. And we come out here and win." You won, sure. Buddy, you threw for 145 yards and 1 touchdown, 18 for 22. You didn't light it up outside. It wasn't like you were putting on this great performance. And you want to look at your year-long stats. We got KarterKast Stats Boy on X. I don't know who the stats guy is, but we did get him on it, and I'm going to pull it up. Because Ben wanted to say something about, awful day for the stats guy. I'm stalling for the reply of the dome stats.
You did call him a dome.
Jared Goff, huh?
You did call him a dome merchant. So Jared Goff,
merchant.
He's still a dome merchant.
Jared Goff is calling you out, Dylan. He's doing the Ryan Day to Lou Holtz. He's just doing it to you.
Where's Dylan Wilkerson right now? 2 scores, dome merchant. Listen, I know I just have a way with these guys, right? Dome,
pause.
100 point. Dome. Pause. Dome, 100.1 rating. This is before today's game, which isn't going to affect these stats at all. He almost has double his interception amount going from dome to no dome. Yes, going dome to no dome, he has double the interceptions. You want to go talk about how great of a performance you had outside with no dome in the rain, and you throw for 145 yards? Sorry, you can't do it. Maybe David Montgomery, 17 carries, 73 yards. Maybe give some credit to your receiver there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1 touchdown, 7 receptions. It's not you, buddy. It is not you. You're still a dome merchant. Nothing changes in one game.
I tend to agree. They don't have to play outside all year. And then so he's acting like it's a special event. It's like, we played outside. We beat the odds. Some teams do this for 15 weeks out of the year.
Grow up. And you
I'm with you. That was lame. I'm with you.
And we're not going to sit here and act like he didn't have a choice in where he went. Like he knew where he was going. He wanted to play in a dome. He's acting like this is some crazy thing.
Yeah, well, I don't understand.
Yeah, well, what?
No. I'm in agreement, but I just don't understand when, like, it's like when the Chiefs last year in the Super Bowl, they're like, nobody believed in the Chiefs. It's like, I don't know, you're plus 400 to win the Super Bowl.
Not a college football show. It's Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bull.
I was literally about to say that.
Yep.
Bulletin board material. Anywhere you go, everybody's counting those poor old Lions out.
We just need to start complimenting the Lions now. I think we could kill the Lions by being nice. Got me feeling real nice.
I'm not doing it.
Yep.
They might have just. I'm going to make a note. They're possibly enemy number 1 now. Jared, he's on my fantasy. He's on my fantasy team. I might drop him. That's the stupidest thing that you could have said. Gosh, I hate that crap.
Karter, who's your biggest loser?
I had Saints written down just because you can't lose to the Carolina Panthers. You guys stink. That's hilarious. Dennis Allen, that dude is not going to be in New Orleans next year. That was my number 1 lock of the preseason, and it's coming true. Even though they have had tough injuries, so I want to give the Saints a little benefit of the doubt. Chris Olave might have died on the field. Browns were on my list as well. The Jameis experience might have died.
It's not fun anymore.
I think Harbaugh killed it. Harbaugh's like, yeah, man, you keep talking, whatever. My biggest loser today, Matt Eberflus.
Yeah,
Caleb Williams.
Great one.
Chicago Bears. All 3 of them. They were horrific across the board. 29-9 to the Arizona Cardinals. And I don't want to hear crap about, Caleb Williams' offensive line is terrible. Nobody cared about when Bryce Young dealt with those issues. I don't want to hear crap about Caleb Williams. Going into the season, I thought he was supposed to have one of the most elite weapons, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze, Cole Kmet. He's done nothing. He's been pitiful in games that haven't been in London against the terrible Jags and then the Carolina Panthers. He was pitiful today. He is missing throws left and right. Caleb Williams and the Bears, biggest status loser today, and also I think they're close to being a cross-off team in the NFC.
So I just want to clear it up. Is Eberflus the loser? Is the team a loser? Is
everybody
in Chicago?
Everybody.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to clear that up.
Every
player Flus for that halftime interview. Did y'all see that where he was like, "Yeah, it's on me. Like I called the pass blitz that led to a 50-yard touchdown right before halftime."
And the Cardinals who give up so many yards to tight ends. Cole Kmet had like one target today. It's just pitiful game planning. And look, once again, Caleb Williams was terrible today. There's no other way to put it. He was missing guys wide open left and right. The red zone play calling was horrific. The red zone execution was horrific. Everything about the Bears was horrific today. Shout out the Cardinals. We probably should have mentioned them.
Well, I want to give Caleb Williams a little slack here. The weather, shout out Arizona weather. That's one of my losers.
That's kind of wild.
His fingernail paint was running down his hands, so he couldn't throw the ball right. That was my one thing for Caleb Williams. Yeah. So shout out to Caleb Williams.
That was good.
That was good.
Thank
good.
You.
Yeah. Bears' biggest loser. Most important performance today. I'll be quick. I had Bills and Lions down, like we already said. I think they basically locked up their divisions today. They're rolling, and big wins for them. Dylan, most important performance.
The most important performance that I saw today was the Washington defense, Washington Commanders defense. This is a unit that we have been quick to, at least I have been quick to criticize them. Their offense looks very good. I will never doubt that. Jayden Daniels is by far the best rookie quarterback. He's looked amazing. That Washington defense looked great against the Panthers, the Browns. They did not look great today. Allowing this many points to the Giants, not a great look. Not good stuff from the Commanders today.
So most important performance is who?
D. The
D. What you saw from the defense, yeah.
Washington defense was the most important for us because it's fraudulent.
Fraudulent. Okay. I thought that was bleeding into our next segment, Connor.
Yeah. Well,
I actually went the same route with my most important performance. Excuse me. I said the Chicago Bears. I don't want to go back to this, but I do want to go back to this.
We can talk about it all night long.
Well, they're 4 wins this year. Ready for this? Titans, Rams without Kupp or Puka Nacua, Panthers, Jaguars. They're bad. Their loss versus the Cardinals today. They were outgained 350 to 241, and that's an asterisk because they had less than 200 yards of offense before garbage time. Less than 200 yards of offense. Cardinals were, 213 rush yards, and the Bears were 3 for 14 on third down. What are we doing? For people to say that this is like a borderline playoff team is just dead wrong. Are they a decent team? Sure. Division's really good. People talking about this division might get 4 playoff teams. No shot. Bears finished with probably 6, 7 wins max. I'm out.
Out.
I want to
cross them off, Karter.
Cross them off already.
I'm down. Cross them off.
Yeah,
I'm all in on that
too. I'm down to cross them off too.
I want to add the Washington is most important because it proves me right. That's why it's the most. I put it in most important.
You better be careful. There's a Washington Commanders hive out there that's ready on standby to rip us up again.
Come get me. I don't care. I actually know there are a couple people that follow me, Commanders fans, but I don't care. I'll tell it as is.
More important issues in DC this week than the Commanders.
Than the defense. Well, maybe the defense might be the most important issue in DC this week.
Yeah, we've got concerns about the Wizards, huh, Connor?
I was gonna say Jordan Poole split's not looking great so far. Yeah,
Alex Starr, a couple close double games. I don't know. Anyhow, an interesting question though I thought about was, what do we make of these teams like the Bears, like the Seahawks, and like the Jets, who have just put up BS wins this season?
Well, I think as we've grown as football fans and maybe analysts of the game, some would say, as we've grown in that, I think we can apply that if one of them does sneak in the playoffs to bet against them and not to dismiss what we've seen for 17 weeks. Because
you look at the Seahawks, their wins are Broncos, Patriots, Dolphins without Tua, and the Falcons, which Falcons impressive win. That's a big win.
That's it. Rest advantage. I think that was a rest advantage game where the Seahawks were coming off Thursday Night Football.
Thursday Night Football going in, because they played the 49ers the week before.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then also the Jets. I mean, nobody believes the Jets are a good team, but Titans, Pats, and then fraudulent Texans team without Nico Collins and Diggs.
I think the Jets might be undervalued. I think we're now officially at the point where they're undervalued.
Still doesn't make me think they're going to win a playoff game.
Sure. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. My fakest performance is very topically relevant to what we were discussing. Is it now an appropriate time to move on to that?
Yes.
I just want to make sure we have natural segues, and I know by calling it out, I'm making it very unnatural. My fakest team, Bears and Caleb Williams. Like you said, Connor, this is This is a team that tricked us into thinking that the offense was halfway decent with the Rams, the Jaguars, and the Panthers. That is what this team has successfully done to us. Not us, because we know ball, but everybody that talks about, the Bears might be back. Oh, Caleb Williams is the guy. We just saw that that's not the case. And this isn't even a great Cardinals defense. I mean, this is not a great defense that they just faced. Like I said, not a great defense. The Williams, the offensive line look awful. Only just above a 60% series conversion rate. So that's how many series equate into first downs. Awful. Negative 0.24 EPA per play. Negative 0.5 EPA per play on late downs. 16. That's 1-6, right? You have what was it? I don't play football. 11 guys on the field at a time, right?
That's right.
You had 16 different Cardinals that recorded a pressure in this game. The Cardinals had a 26.6 pressure rate coming into this year. 26.6. And they had 16 different players record a pressure. Absolutely embarrassing stuff from the Bears. And this is an ultimate sell time if you're still holding on to any Bear stock for whatever reason. Fake.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think we hit on every avenue of the Bears. I love it.
Sam Darnold interception in the end zone.
We got Sunday Night Football on, as you can tell right now. I'll go fakest performance. This brings me no joy. The Carolina Panthers.
I had them written down. I didn't pull the trigger.
I didn't know if we were allowed to do teams that were 2-7, or if that was allowed to make the show.
But 2-7 teams, I don't know. Dylan, did you send me the stat? It was second. Hold up. I have it right here. No, shout out Luke Gray. He sent it to me. Saints outgained the Panthers by 150-plus yards, ran for 150-plus yards, and won the turnover battle. Over the last 20 years, teams had gone 275-0 with that formula. Now 275-1 with that one win being the Saints over the Panthers over the Saints.
Can I address something here? I brought a similar stat to the show from Dan Orlovsky with the Jets, right? Against the Patriots last week.
Are these fake?
Are we getting got?
Yeah.
Is there any world where we're getting got here?
Nobody's fact checking that. Nobody's fact checking that.
I'm not fact checking.
I could make up a stat. I could be like, the opposing team went on the road in the rain, has never lost with 50-plus rush yards, but guys, they're 370-5.
This is genius. So tomorrow night, primetime, everyone's going to be betting on Monday Night Football. What is Monday Night Football? Chiefs, Bucks, right? Yeah. We need to put out a stat that, like, the Bucks, when going against a quarterback that has won MVPs before or something, are 1-23. Nobody will double check it. We come up with a fake stat for Monday Night Football for all the gamblers out there.
Do we seriously want to try that from the KarterKast account?
Will we get community noted? Maybe.
No, who cares?
Actually,
I've been community noted before. Who cares?
But we need to do one that has like 100+ because no one's checking 100+ at all. And there's honestly, how can you even check it? Like, you have to
can't just Google search it.
No, you can't just ChatGPT it either. I mean, ChatGPT is not even that good.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Anyhow, Panthers. Like I said, but also Bryce Young, he looked pretty good today. But yeah, I mean, if the Panthers are winning a football game, it's pretty fake.
Did you see that? Did you see that handoff to Chuba Hubbard at the end zone?
Footwork.
Boom, right there.
He stayed on his feet, so that's all that matters. Any more fakest performances?
Yeah, I haven't given mine yet. You're not going to like this, Carter, based on a comment you just made a little bit ago. Mine's the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think it was an impressive win. I think it was fake. You're telling me you're at home against the lowly Cowboys who 26th in opponent yards per game, 31st in rush D, second to last in opponent yards per play. And sure, you scraped out a win. Congratulations. Dallas outgained them. Falcons were 4 for 13 on third down. I don't know if they lost time of possession. Yeah, scraped by. Don't care.
Scraped by when they were up 27-14 and they got garbage yards.
Okay, I'm saying you're putting so much but you're putting stock into this. The Cowboys are a bad team. The Cowboys are a bad team. So I don't want to put too much stock into this Falcons team and be like, oh, an impressive win at home against the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are horrible.
No. I didn't say that. I said the Seahawks had an impressive win over the Falcons.
I think you said Falcons had an impressive win today.
No. I said when I was going through the Seahawks wins, I said Seahawks impressive win over the Falcons, and then we talked about the rest advantage.
Okay, well, I would like to put it out there that the Falcons win today, I'm not putting any stock into because the Cowboys are horrible.
I think that's fair.
And no stock at all?
None.
This is
didn't change one feeling about how I feel about the Falcons.
You don't even want to entertain the fact that it solidified their lead in the NFC South by one game.
No, it does not matter.
That's you can't use that as an argument. The NFC South is a melting pot of horrible dog shit.
Sounds pretty important. Sounds
quote card.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, Connor, which is a great point because you look forward and you're like, oh, they played the Saints. That's not going to tell us anything. The Broncos, does that really tell us anything? The Chargers will, and there's some other games, and we're not going to read a schedule here, but it doesn't matter with the Falcons. We will find out. We'll gather stats. We'll see how they look throughout the season, but we honestly won't know necessarily what they truly are until the playoffs come, and honestly, they seem like a great team to fade in the playoffs, game one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So, but beating the Falcons by 20 points is impressive. Shout out the Seahawks. But the Seahawks are still frauds. Very contradictory. Anything else before we do news and notes?
I had one game we haven't touched on yet. The Eagles are quietly 6-2, and I think they might get to 11 or 12 wins. That's all I'll say.
And it might be the worst thing possible for Eagles fans because Nick Sirianni is going to keep his job. It's going to be a big thing. You need that guy gone. What's up with the pass on 4th and 1 when you have Jalen Hurts as your quarterback? What are we doing here? And this isn't a new thing. He's done this year before. Buddy, you got the play. Just run it.
I'm with you.
Guys, I don't know. I'm looking at the schedule.
How to feel. The Eagles, I was really high on the Eagles preseason, and for them to play as fraudulent-esque as they have so far and to be 6-2 is impressive.
Guys, Dylan, this is for you, man. I think it's time to be the Eagles villain again.
Why? I had a conversation with Connor about this.
I think it's time. We're going to read schedules here. We don't like reading schedules. We're going to read some schedules. At Cowboys, Commanders, at Rams, at Ravens, Panthers, Steelers, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants. There's a world where they only get 3 more wins and miss the playoffs.
I think they get at least 5 more wins. I hate to say it. I think I see 5 on that schedule.
Because you hate the Steelers.
Well, yeah, of course. But they only play them once, right? That's a toss-up. But even then, 10, 11 wins, they're in the playoffs.
But they got to play the Commanders twice.
They probably split with them.
At the Ravens. The Rams is that tricky spot. I think that Rams is going to be a really telling game.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. You've enticed me a little bit. But honestly, at this point, the Eagles are so beneath me. Like I don't care anymore.
He has his sights set on greater things, like Jared Goff now.
Yeah, Jared Goff has made public enemy number 1. But like seriously, I was talking with Connor. It's like I did this all last year. I was right about it, and now it's almost like it's brushed to the wayside. Like who cares anymore?
Fair.
Now, if Eagles fans start bringing it up to me, then maybe we can revisit. But
also, we didn't talk about this Eagles-Jags game much in the preview. We probably should have, but hilarious that we didn't even consider the fact that it's Doug Peterson versus Nick Sirianni, the most fraudulent coaches going at it, and Doug Peterson going back to Philly and stuff. Dylan, news and notes.
News and notes. Oh, where should we start? Oh, number 1. This is I got a bone to pick. Pick with you guys. When you're texting in the group chat and it's Sunday and NFL is going on, and you just send LMAO, you have to specify what game you're talking about. Because if I'm watching one that has like I'm betting on or a parlay pick, I can't be having that and not know what game it's about.
That's valid.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll maybe change that up.
Maybe like a header. You don't have to do full team names, just
that's
abbreviations.
Prime time when there's only one game on. That's on us.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but also it was an Eagles thing, so I assumed.
Well, we were also sweating out a parlay.
But I wouldn't have sent that with the parlay. I would have said I wanted to kill myself or something like that.
Okay, that's fair. You bring up a compelling.
It's week 45, Dylan. Catch up. Come on.
I got to get used to this. So I brought up the text. That was my personal gripe. Mike Thomas posts at Derek Carr. We saw those. Apparently, what's the deal with Mike Thomas? He get released or something? I know he's been injured the last 5 years, but
I think he retired. Did he retire yet?
I don't know.
He's in that
snap in a while.
He's like that Le'Veon Bell range where you're like, is he in the league or like I don't know.
But he's not even. He's not even. He was with Ohio State recently, like since I cared about college football.
He's been in the league for a minute.
Speaking of injuries, you go ahead, Connor.
No, that's all I was gonna say. Is he has some injuries. The tweets though, a little out there. I don't think as much personal dislike as you might have for a guy. Come on.
Speaking of Ohio State players with bad character, Ezekiel Elliott benched for disciplinary issues. Apparently, he wasn't showing up to practice, or he was like critical tardiness or something. Did we see anything about that? Any thoughts?
Missed some meetings. They really missed his 7 for 19 today against the Falcons. So
they needed that bad, right? Might be the difference in the game.
Yeah, they might have lost by 40 instead of 20.
Side note, we don't have to get too caught up in this, but we might need to bring the live show back. I was watching old clips. Man, that was fun. Dak on the sideline, we effing suck. Did we see this clip? Dak was on the sideline after the game, after he was injured, saying we effing suck.
Yeah, at least he's honest.
Yeah, he's honest. Yeah, good for him, man.
That offense makes me want to gouge my eyes out watching them play offense.
And the defense doesn't make you feel any better. The defense.
At least it's fun to watch them get torched, though.
But this is what we knew coming into this season with the Dallas Cowboys. What did we say repeatedly in the previews? They're a one-trick pony team. All they have is CeeDee Lamb. Jerry Jones in this front office did a horrific job setting up this team for success. What are the running back situation was mind-boggling going into this year.
Jerry Jones said they're in some discussions at the trade deadline. Well, he was asked if it was going to be a big splash like Amari Cooper, and he said no, nothing like that. But we got some moves in the works.
Got it, Adam Thielen.
No, you know the move. Let's go out and trade for Miles Sanders. He's our new starting running back in Dallas. Like, what are we doing?
Is that Barry Sanders now? Nope, it's Miles. Quite the polar opposite of Barry Sanders.
That's part of the reason I was so high on the Eagles coming into the year is because I knew the Cowboys were frauds. I did not think the Commanders would make any noise, so that's the caveat there. But I knew the Cowboys were going to be bad. We all did, except Dylan.
I thought they were going to be better than they were. They're not great, but defense is getting healthy now. Wouldn't it be funny if they traded someone like coerced Jerry Jones into trading for Barry Sanders like the Lions did, and it was just like a stuffed animal that they sent in the mail? Barry Sanders.
6-round swap.
Anybody?
Oh,
no, okay.
Good one. There you go.
Yeah, Barry Sanders. Thank you. Bo Nix receiving touchdown. We touched on that. Daniel Jones threw his first touchdown pass at MetLife in 672 days. That is a real stat. Fact-checked, real stat.
$160 million, by the way, guaranteed.
Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes
seems indifferent.
Where'd he go to college? Touched on Drake May earlier. Where'd Danny Dimes go to college?
Yeah, where'd he go to college again?
Tulane?
Tulane. We had the Olave injury. Obviously, pretty scary stuff there.
A lot of DBs getting flagged today. A lot of hits, Crown leading with your head today.
And I kind of agreed with all of them. Can I be honest? Because, like, the one in the Lions game, people can freak out that he got ejected and whatnot, Branch. He did not need to go helmet to helmet there. That is one of those where he was clear. That was malicious intent, in my opinion. I think he deserved to get ejected.
I agree. A lot of those. I saw some tweets. It was like, oh, soft league, let him play football. Some of those were dirty. You can't leave with the crown of your helmet. We talked about player safety, concussions and everything. There's only one way to tone it down. It's, cracking down the rules. I don't know.
Or just killing these guys' brains. That's golly. These dudes are.
We're not going to roll Guardian cap to Don't do that. We're going to dive head first on 4th and 5. Yeah.
Hey, at least he's fighting. I'd rather have him fight.
Well,
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu. I have no more notes. Personal news. Awful day for the Return Your Podcast Equipment guys. I pre-ordered the M4 Mac Mini today.
So you're here to stay.
The rig's only getting better.
That's like a 5-year, $150 million guaranteed extension. You ordering that pretty much,
buddy. Guys, you're locked in. Sorry about it,
Max.
Sorry about it, commenters.
I got bad news for them too. We're upgrading the equipment over here too.
Oh no!
Yeah, bad news.
Permanent staple.
Yeah, it's not good. We're upgrading equipment over here. It's not going to go well. We're going to do a segment that no other show has ever done in sports media, sports podcasting history. We're going to guess the lines for the following week of NFL games. How about that? We've never done that before.
That's an original idea.
It's an original idea. I mean, it's like Mount Rushmore's drafts. I mean, we came up with all of this stuff. So crazy stuff here.
Guys on chicks?
Bengals at Rams. What's the line, Dylan?
Bengals at Rams.
Ravens.
Wow. Ravens at Ravens?
Bengals at Ravens, divisional.
Ravens 5.5.
No. I'm going to go on Ravens 3.5.
I'm going 4.5. I had 4.5.
Wow. Okay.
You guys want to know the line?
Is
this
Price is Right style?
Baltimore is 6. -6 in this game.
6?
Yep. I know ball.
Wow.
Boys.
Oh, wow.
Baltimore -6. Do we want to go to we want to go to Germany? Poor Germany, man. They got a rough game.
We can guess the total 25, 26 and a half.
No, this Panthers defense is too bad for that.
I've made this joke before, but for those that might be new, if you ever want a reason to not commit mass genocide against a religion or a certain type of people, just keep in mind you will get Giants-Panthers sent to your country if you do so.
There you go.
You will have to have Giants-Panthers.
What's the line in this one?
Giants 4.5. There's no way the Panthers are getting less than that.
I'm going to say 3.5 Giants.
I wrote down Giants by 2.5.
Dang, look at us.
Giants 4.5.
Talk to me.
All right, there we go, Connor. Nice.
On the board. Exacto.
There we go. Let's go through some of the bigger games next week. I'm scrolling through here. We've got Lions at Texans Sunday Night Football.
Oh,
at Texans. I'll
go.
I got it.
I'll go Lions by 4.5.
I'm going Lions 2.
I think Lions. I think 4. I think 4 is the right answer.
Lions are 4.5. Let's go.
Wow.
Let's go.
Wow.
All right. I think that's enough. I don't think we have to go through all
that.
That's
fine.
That's pretty good.
No, I enjoy that.
We each got one. We each got one. Yeah, that's good.
We just needed that to show the people we know what the lines are going to be.
Yeah.
We're in the ballpark.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're in the ballpark. All right. Anything else before we wrap up?
Great show.
Tune in. How is next week NFL Week 10, guys? I can't believe we've gotten here. This is insane.
Now, college football show. That's going to be week 11, right?
Wow. That's a lot of weeks. A lot of weeks.
Brutal. We're all right. We're gonna have to change the whole open. Yeah. We're gonna have to let someone else host the show. Ben's hosting next week.
Let's get my boy Gio from Instagram in here. Let's get him to host it.
We might have to
tryouts.
We might have to, yeah, that's tryouts. We'll have that. There might have to be a separate YouTube video. All right, let's get out of here. Make sure to subscribe at KarterKast. Download SeatGeek. Use code KarterKast. $20 off your first purchase. College football show. Tune in Tuesday. It'll be out as early as possible we can on Tuesday. Turn it around ASAP. Make sure to subscribe for it. We will address everything on that show, on the college football show. Make sure to tune in, and we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.